Hiya. Hello everyone. This time I'm going to show you what do I use lens wise with my Sony A7R. This camera, because it's a full frame camera, Sony only release two lens when this camera was available a month ago, November. But I only bought the camera body on its own because I knew I can use a Leica lens with it. So I bought this one. This is a Leica Summilux-M 1.4 50 lens. Okay, and is probably the Rolex of lens. You know, as I said, you know, I'm no expert, but the image comes out with this lens, with this camera sensor, is spot on. Honestly, I just love, you know, taking photo again. You know, I did lose a bit interest on taking photo before this combination arrived. If you watch one of my video when I talk about this camera with the Olympus, before the Olympus, I had Nikon D700, and that's when those time I love taking photos, but then I sort of, you know, lost it, you know, like I wasn't very happy with the camera. It's too heavy to carry, and it just, you know, then mobile phone cameras getting better, you know, and I just thought, oh, you know, I just can't be bothered to bring a big camera out, and now this camera, it gave me the mojo back, basically, and honestly, right, it is amazing, right? I only saying because this is how I experience, not because Sony pay me money or Leica pay me, right? This is only from my own experience. Right, so enough of my rubbish now. Let's show you how to mount a Leica M lens onto a Sony E mount. Okay, so you need to go to eBay to buy one of these. Okay, you need to look for LM Leica M mount into NEX. Right, NEX is actually the same as E mount because they exactly the same as the NEX camera made by Sony. So you need to look for a adapter saying LM to NEX, and then after that it's just straightforward. Okay, so you take the Leica caps off, and then you line up with the red dot, push it, turn, click. There you are. There you are. There. Now, what you do is you can put it down gently over here, and then you turn the cap off, and then now you line up this there, and you twist until you click there. Now you have the best looking combination, in my opinion, this is like a dream team born to be together. Okay, all right, let's see now, right? Because the adapter is actually not very thick, in my opinion. You only gain about maybe 10 mil, 1 centimeters thickness between the lens and the mount. So image wise, there's not much, you don't lose much of a focal length. Okay. The other thing is, now the lens is actually quite heavy. You always tiptoe. Can you see it? And if you let go, it's always to the front. That is quite heavy, and it shows the quality of the Leica lens. It's really solid. Honestly, you can feel the difference. Right. So now you can open the cap, and here we are. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I think is very it's it's just amazing how this and this combined can come up with such a dream team, in my opinion. And this is a built-in hood, so you push that forward, so you just in case you're gonna bump, scratch the lens, so you can push it back. Okay. The only downside is, right? The only downside to use a non Sony made lens is you won't get autofocus. Okay. And also, when you change the aperture here, the information would not transfer into the Sony. So when if you take a photo, it won't record any aperture of that photo. That's the only downside of this combination. But personally, I can't see that was a big issue, because at the end of the day, a nice photo is a nice photo. It doesn't matter. It doesn't tell you what aperture you use, as long as you took the photo yourself and you think you want the depth of field and you want the blur at the background. Obviously you want to open the aperture as big as possible, i.e. in this case 1.4. But if you want a better scenery at the background, then use a small aperture. Okay, let me show you this. I don't know, can you see my so this is the aperture fully open now. If I close it, there, look at that. So it goes down all the way down to 16. Okay, and then open up fully to completely open 1.4, and it can stop at every half stop. There. And this is the first camera. This is the first camera I actually use manual focus, because of obviously you can't. There's no electronic sensor between the lens and the Sony body. But as I said, I use it almost a month now, and you just get used to it, and actually the image actually very, very, very good. Obviously this combination is not used for, or it's not good to use for action. You know, if you're thinking to use this combination for taking picture on people running, playing football, tennis, you know, or even your own child's running, then, or jumping on trampolines, then this is not the camera or combination for, you know, designed for. It is mainly for, you know, some expert would describe it like street photography, and you don't, so you're hoping the subject you're gonna take, it's not gonna move 10 miles an hour, you know, non-stop, you know. Things are more steadily, you know, slower pace. Why are we on here? I'll just show you the Olympus OMD. Okay, this is the kit lens. It came with it, and this is that's the comparison, right? And that has the aperture of 3.5 to 6.3, depends on the focal length. It starts from 12 to 50, but you have to think about it, because this is the micro four third, so you need to times by 2, so it's actually 24 to 100, and you only get the aperture of 3.5 in the smallest range. Then it goes up to 6.3. So that lens is nowhere near quality wise as this one. This is the as I said, this is the Rolls Royce of lens. Okay. What else? Oh yes. Okay. Right. So you can tell this is, you know, this do the job, but this does it millions times better. And the Olympus, I had to try to get a better quality by buying this lens here for it, and this one is 14 to 54, 2.8 to 3.5, and that will be almost the best combination with this camera here you can get. But this is not made but for micro four third. It's made by just 4/3 camera, so I have to buy this adapter to fit it into this camera. So you can tell with that, it's huge. Look at that, and compared to that, it's nowhere near as good as that one. And then the final lens, I bought this one. This is a 75 M focal length, but 1.8. This was a very nice lens. If you can see how big it is, but because although it says 75, but with micro four third, you actually talk about double that focal length, which is 150. So when I use this lens to take photo of my children, I have to stand about 2 miles away before I can take a decent photo. So that's why these combination was okay, but this is just do the job properly. Finally, before I move on, this is just a cheap hood, plastic. Okay, bought it on eBay as well for £6, I think. It's not very expensive, but what it does is to solve the problem of, you know, the lens keep dropping down. So what I normally do is, before I go out, or actually I normally leave this one on. Leave this one on all the time. Zoom it out so you can see better. I just screw this on. Excuse me. Okay, and then what you do is try to line it up and make it all square. I think. Right, let's see. Yeah, that's about right. So now it doesn't actually touch, the lens actually doesn't touch the floor anymore. You can actually, see, you can put things through it now, and that £6 will save you a lot of money in long term, because it's not gonna bang on this one, which I'm not gonna tell you how expensive, but you probably can find out how expensive this lens is, and for that £6 it do the job. And also it's quite, I like it because it's quite funky little hood, and it's so deep you can't get anything knocked against your lens, and I just thought, for £6 it's worth buying it. And it's sort of, I mean, on here it looks grey compared to black, but in real life you can't really see the different color, and it just looks apart, Okay, it feels cheap, but it saves you hundreds of pounds, in long run. So this is my dream team at the moment. Hope you like my video. I'm gonna make a few more, talking rubbish again. Show you what do I do with the lens on, taking photo, and I'm gonna show you some sample as well. But now you can see, I try to help to create a better image with different lens with that camera, but I only need this magic lens and the magic sensor. This combination solve problem of all these. Hope you enjoyed the video, and apologize again with my the way I might make a lot of mistake on what I'm saying, but this is all from my own experience, and hopefully I'll talk to you a bit more next time with other things which I like about this combination here. Okay, cheers, bye.